that we call California. So, for our first speaker, can I please bring to the mic Tamara Michael from the California Association of Black Lawyers to talk a little bit about the legal perspective and why we think this particular bill matters. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tamara Michael, and I am so incredibly excited to be here today on behalf of the California Association of Black Lawyers. We stand at a very pivotal moment in our state's history, and as we're gathered here today, we're sending a very clear and unequivocal message to Governor Newsom. Sign Assembly Bill 7. Because this is not about politics, it's about reparative justice. For too long, the descendants of enslaved people have faced systemic barriers to education, a direct consequence of a legacy built on oppression and inequality. AB 7 provides a powerful and legally sound way to begin to address this harm. Some will argue that this bill gives special treatment. Let me be clear, this isn't about special treatment. It's about restorative justice. It's about creating a legal framework that allows our universities to acknowledge and repair historical wrongs. AB 7 is a mechanism for justice, not a handout. As the California Association of Black Lawyers, we know that a just society is built on a legal system that works for everyone. This bill aligns with our mission to use the law to confront racial inequities. By signing AB 7, Governor Newsom has the opportunity to lead the nation, to affirm California's commitment to equity, and to take a historic step toward healing. We urge the governor to heed our call. Sign AB 7. Fulfill the promise of reparative justice. Let's build a California where every student, regardless of their lineage, has a genuine path to a brighter future. Thank you.
Next up to the mic. That was a lot. All right, next up to the mic, we have Malia Frazier from the African Black Coalition and the University of California Student Association.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Malia Frazier, and I serve as the Black Student Success Officer for the UC Student Association, chairperson of the African Student Union at UCLA, and a member of the African Black Coalition. I stand here today not only as a UC student, but as part of a legacy, one shaped by resilience, perseverance, and centuries of exclusion from higher education. This legacy reminds us that the fight for equity in education is not over. Today, we are fighting for a future where institutions finally reckon with their past and take real steps towards repair. Education has always been both a weapon and battleground in the struggle for Black liberation. For generations, laws, policies, and violence denied African American and Black people access to education, especially higher education. Even after legal segregation ended, our communities did not receive tangible, equitable investments needed to repair that harm. That impact of neglect is very clear. Black enrollment in higher education remains disproportionately low. Black students make up about 4% of the CSU and UC system in a state where we represent over 6% of that population. These numbers are not just statistics. They are evidence that the pipeline into education is deeply inequitable. This is exactly why AB 7 is so urgent. This bill recognizes that history matters and acknowledges the wealth gaps and opportunity gaps we see today. We cannot be separated from these injustices and systematic harm Black people have endured in this country. AB 7 offers a way forward. It does not guarantee admission for anyone, nor does it provide special treatment. What it does is simple and just. It allows universities to consider lineage as one factor of the admissions process. One factor of the admissions process. If our institutions already consider whether people's parents or grandparents went to those universities, they can for damn sure consider if an applicant's parents or grandparents were descendants of slavery. This is not favoritism. This is about repair. And so I stand with you all today to call on Governor Newsom to sign AB 7 into law. Governor Newsom, this is a moment to choose courage over comfort, justice over neutrality, leadership over hesitation. California has always claimed to lead the way, and now it is time to do so. Thank you. Yeah.
more times? I know that's right. I know that's right. So next up to the stage, I have Darius Young from Broad High and Tasha Henneman from PRC, specifically the Black Leadership Council. So come on to the stage, yo.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Tasha Henneman. I serve as Chief of Policy and Government Affairs for PRC and have the pleasure of directing the Black Leadership Council, proud co-sponsor of AB 7. The fight for reparative justice has been generations in the making. Communities have carried the burden of broken promises, systemic exclusion, and structural barriers that have denied access to the same opportunities afforded to others. We see these inequities begin as early as childhood, when access to high-quality early childhood is inconsistent and too often dependent on geography or income. Children who start school without the same resources face greater hurdles, and those gaps only widen over time, affecting graduation rates. And not only graduation rates, but employment opportunities, health outcomes, and even life expectancy. In California, nearly 40% of children ages 3 to 5 are not yet in preschool or kindergarten, missing out on foundational learning at precisely the time when early development matters most. These are not isolated disadvantages. They are part of a systemic pattern that repeats itself generation after generation. AB 7 represents the continuation of a long-time struggle to acknowledge these harms and take responsibility for repairing them. This historic legislation sets an important precedent. It's more than a bill, it is a turning point. AB 7 affirms that we can confront uncomfortable truths, that we can learn from history, and that we can choose to build a more just and equitable future for our children and students in California. AB 7 disrupts the preschool to prison pipeline and instead provides a down payment on a promise that all things are possible when repair is prioritized. Governor Newsom, we urge you to sign AB 7, and I turn it over to my partner, Darius Young.
Thank you very much. I'm Darius Young, and I'm representing the Bay Area Regional Health Inequities Initiative, also known as Bar High, and our coalition, affectionately known as Black Hat. So for me, the fight for reparative justice was instilled in me as a young boy, growing up in the 1960s. I watched several events come through the TV screen, although I did not understand them. But the event on March 7, 1965 in Selma, Alabama, known effectively as Black Sunday, you know, it left me wondering. It left things instilled in me. It planted seeds into my life that would not come to fruition until many years later. Growing up in Berkeley and seeing the Black Panther Party on the streets, fighting for education, housing, and all those things, and they not getting those things and having to establish those things on their own, those things left an indelible mark within me. As to when I got older, I felt that it was my cosmic assignment to help right the wrongs. So I'm here today saying that AB 7 is one of those bills that we need, because it's a bill that has far too long been needed. Because as I walk the campus every day of UC Berkeley, I see very many people, very few people that look like descendants of African American chattel slavery. Very few. And as we look at all the things that are going on within education, we have been locked out of the hallowed halls of UC Berkeley, UCLA, Stanford, and other private colleges throughout the university. And so I say this legislation is the right legislation because it takes us to the next step of repair. We need to repair in order to heal. Last year, California took the historic step in issuing an apology. But I tell you this, policies that are an apology do no good when there's no repair. So Governor Newsom, we urge you to take the next step and sign this bill. Thank you.
Real quick, for those of y'all who have been around, Y'all know we definitely want to make sure that we're centering those who have been the most impacted by these issues, in particular those who have been the most impacted by chattel slavery. So real quick, can I get y'all to chant after me? Too black, too strong.
Too black, too strong.
Too black, too strong.
Too black, too strong.
All power to the people.
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 That is the only way that I could bring up our next speaker. Our next speaker, right, helps to lead Black Lives Matter grassroots, which is the Black Lives Matter. Our next speaker is a professor of Pan-African Studies at California State University, Los Angeles, and also helps to lead within the California Faculty Association. Everybody give it up for Dr. Melina Abdullah.
Now I gotta say something important. So what an honor to be here. What an honor to be here. And in addition to those affiliations that Dr. David Turner offered, I want to say that I'm also the great-great-great-granddaughter of Rachel Lee, the first person in my family to be enslaved in this country, who was brought in the last shipment of illegally imported enslaved people to Sabine Pass, Texas. I'm the mother of 3 children. Tandiwe, who just graduated from Howard University. Amara, who's a sophomore at Clark University. And my son, Amen, who's a 10th grader. I'm also a proud Bison, a graduate of Howard University. My children were raised to know that they can go to any college they want to, but Mama will pay for an HBCU. My son wants to be a marine biologist, though. And so we've had to have real conversations about what that means, because the top 2 programs for marine biology are UC Santa Cruz and UC San Diego. So we're negotiating now. And what AB7 means is that my son would have access to those UCs. That my son would also probably not be the only one. And Kalila, you know what I'm talking about, when every time they say something black, as a black student at UCLA, the whole classroom turns around and looks at you, right? So what AB7 is about is saying, in this time of tremendous racial divide in this country, we are saying heal the harm. We are saying that repair looks like not running away from what's happening to black people, but providing justice, reparative justice for black people. And so AB7 was a creative and courageous vision of Assemblymember Isaac Bryan, supported by all of us who are here today. And it requires the courage of the governor. And we say that if Governor Newsom wants the black vote, which he says he does, then he will sign AB7. Sign AB7.
Sign AB7.
Sign AB7.
Sign AB7.
Sign AB7.
Sign AB7.
Ashe.
Now y'all understand why I did what I had to do. Next up to the stage is somebody who grew up in the movement. Somebody who was born and molded by the movement. Dr. Melina Abdullah's goddaughter. I would like to invite to the stage Alea Regalado.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alea Regalado. I'm a 9th grader from Los Angeles, and I'm a youth leader with Students Deserve and the Social Justice Learning Institute. I'm here in support of AB7 because I want to go to college, and not in the way that most kids my age do. Most kids want to go to college and earn degrees, experience campus life, maybe study abroad. I want to go to college because most black kids can't. Too many of us can't afford it and are overlooked far too often in the enrollment process. Many of us don't even have college as an option for our futures. I want to be able to go to college and have the same sense of security that other kids can, but instead I worry whether I'll be able to get a higher education at all. I want to go to college and be part of a community. I don't want to go to a university and feel like an imposter, like it's a miracle that I've been accepted because of the color of my skin. But when Black students like me make up only 4% of CSU enrollment and 4.7% of UC enrollment, I won't feel like I belong. I won't get the sense of community that I need as a Black student. I won't get the kind of education that I deserve. If and when the state of California recognizes these needs, I know that Black students like me will feel more secure and more confident in their studies and academics. After decades of exclusion in our education system, it's time to make up for lost time. This Assembly bill directly impacts me and my friends, who are Black students and descendants of systemic oppression. It directly impacts our future, finally giving us the opportunity to get the education we've been denied for generations. With increased access to college education, we have a better chance at being able to afford housing and to build generational wealth. Finally, we have the opportunity to repair historical harms in California towards Black people. So we demand that Assembly Bill 7 is signed so that we can create a better future for Black youth, starting with our education. Thank you.
Let's go. Hey, y'all, ain't no power like the power of the youth, because the power of the youth don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the youth, because the power of the youth don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the youth, because the power of the youth don't stop. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Next up to the stage, we have one of the coalition coordinators for the California Black Power Network, which is a network of over 50 different Black organizations here in the state of California to come talk about why AB 7 matters. Please give it up for Kristen Nimmers. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kristen Nimmers. I am the Policy and Campaign Manager for the California Black Power Network. As was just stated, we are a coalition of 47 Black organizations, Black-led, Black-serving, grassroots throughout the state, representing all the way from Humboldt County to San Diego. We envision a California where Black Californians are able to thrive and have equitable access to education and to all of the things that we need to live. As said before, many of the disparities that we experience today can be connected back to historical discrimination and exclusion from educational institutions. Education is the determining factor in whether or not we have access to housing and how long we live, in chronic diseases we experience, and much more. Today, we are calling on the governor to sign into law AB 7 and support the redress and the healing of Black Californians. This demand for repair comes straight from the community. We surveyed Black Californians throughout the state, and in the largest survey of Black Californians to date, more than 94% of Black Californians support this mission. We are united in our call for our elected leadership to prioritize the healing and repair of our communities. Last year, as folks said, the governor signed an apology, and in that apology, we acknowledged California's role in perpetuating slavery and in instituting policies and laws that kept Black folks from institutions, from public spaces, from work. Importantly, a true apology requires action. It requires difference. It requires a change in your behavior. And so if we say that we apologize, if we say that we acknowledge California's role in all of these things, then we need to see some action behind that. We need to see some change behind that. Heal the harm, sign AB 7, and start and take a significant step towards repair for Black communities. Thank you.
What we want the governor to sign?
AB 7.
When do we want him to sign it?
Now.
What do we want the governor to sign?
AB 7.
When do we want him to sign it?
Now.
What do we want the governor to sign?
AB 7.
When do we want him to sign it?
Now.
So y'all, before we go ahead and get out of here, we want to make sure that we close the space effectively. We want to make sure that we close the space in power, because even once this bill is signed, because we're going to go ahead and put that in the universe that this is going to get signed, right? This is not the end, right? There's a long way to repair the historical harms, right, that have happened, right, to communities who have been impacted by slavery, right? And in order to make sure that we're guided in that spirit, we're gonna close on a chant. And in order to help lead us through that, I'm gonna bring to the stage soon to be Dr. Kalila Williams. Thank you.
Hey y'all, my name is Kalila Williams, and I want to lead us in a closing with Asada. Asada is words of affirmation left to us by Ashada Shakur. In the work that we do, we always close out with this to remind us why we do this work and to continue to fight. So it starts in a whisper, and we do it 3 times, and we get loud, and we say it loud and proud. And I need everybody in the state to hear us. We need Newsom to hear us. So repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and protect one another.
We must love and protect one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and protect one another.
We must love and protect one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and protect one another.
We must love and protect one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Any remaining press, if you would like to engage in direct interviews, right, please coordinate with either myself or Lene Norwood so that we can get you connected with that. For the rest of my folks, y'all go ahead and clap it up one time. So we are going to go ahead, we are going to close this particular piece out. We do have some lunch coming in, right? So we're going to be having lunch in the basement in this building here, right? But with that being said, thank you all so much for coming out. Thank you all so much for standing up for Black Californians. And yes, y'all, we are going to get this passed. What do we want the governor to sign?
AB7.
When do we want him to sign it?
Now.
What do we want the governor to sign?
AB7.
When do we want him to sign it?
Now.
Let's go, y'all. Clap it up, clap it up.